All right, hey folks, just walked out of the movie American Made, starring Tom Cruise, and overall it was great. But I'm a little irritated by it. Not because it wasn't a good movie, but because it was one of those awkward films that leaves you in a bit of a fog as you walk out, because you're not sure what you should be thinking about it and what you should be feeling about it. So really, I want to focus my movie review not as much on cinematography and whatnot, but more so on those kind of elements. And I also want to add in just kind of my thoughts of how I'm walking away from this movie, kind of a lesson to be learned, something of like, man, I got to make sure I don't do that or everything else screws up. So for me, that'll move it from a good movie, and if it affects good positive change in me, that'll make it a great movie. Now let's jump into a little bit of exactly what this movie is all about. Tom Cruise plays the part of Barry Seal. Barry Seal is an airline pilot who turns drug smuggler. He gets basically in with the wrong crowd, Noriega, Pablo Escobar, and he's going to be an agent that essentially makes one of the largest drug cartels the world has ever known possible and fruitful. As I'm watching this movie, and by the way, it was a good movie, a good character development, lots of fast-paced action with some break scenes where it's lighthearted, levity, and so overall it was just a well-paced movie. I had a good feel about it, and it was fun, but part of what I like about the movie, what I just said, is also something I hate about the movie. Really, the story of Barry Seal could very, very easily be told as a tragedy. It's a tragic drama, yet it was depicted as kind of a light-hearted, funnish story. There was lots of comic relief, and you find yourself falling in love with Tom Cruise's character, Barry Seal. You get the feeling of like, you know, he's just a good old boy, a redneck who just couldn't really say no. And he's embracing ideals that are just so American-made, so high in our opinion of what is successful, that he's ambitious, he's got the right amount of daring, he's got a little bit of charismatic spark. It's kind of a bit of a good old boy who makes it big. So there's that stuff. He's innovative and industrious. So you really love the character. But then I kept having to almost wake myself up during the movie and be like, John, this guy is responsible for the deaths of who knows how many people. How many lives were ruined because of the drugs he was running? This was not a good man, and I found myself really liking the guy. So that was a little problematic for me, and I didn't show up to play morality police by any means, but I'm just trying to, when all of a sudden I'm looking at a very bad man and saying, hey, that's a good guy, I like him, then we've got a little bit of a problem, and I can't just sit back and enjoy a movie as much because, it's kind of the poison that you don't really notice that's hurting you that ultimately stacks up and hurts you in the end. And I'm not saying don't go see the movie. I'm just saying, hey, recognize that this guy really sucked, and he was a very, very bad character in American history. Regardless, and now a lot of it would be, you would quickly point out of like, hey, John, what about all the kind of governmental agencies working that enabled this? And I'm like, man, blood's on their hands too. That's terrible, horrible stuff. But that's not really what I'm focusing on in this video. Really, I wanted to just focus on, hey, why in the world is this being depicted almost kind of as a lighthearted, funnish comedy movie, which ended in tragedy, but it was almost kind of like, you know what? He lived it up large and he caught a bullet in the end, but he had a good run kind of thing of like, no, dude, he left his, wife a widow, his kid without a dad. He lost everything. He lived in fear and stress and upset. And a lot of kind of the hollow promises of riches and success is, hey, trade your family temporarily, go after the almighty dollar, and then you can kind of come back to them later and live well, and then you'll have the means and you'll kick back. But really, enough is never really enough for Barry Seal and a lot of us as well, who are stretched out, living way beyond our means and making all these little compromises like Barry constantly made, thinking that, okay, if I just do this, then I'll be set up for success and I'll circle back around, and that sucks, and it's just a hollow lie. Guys, what I'm taking away from this movie is I don't want to compromise what's most important in the pursuit of something that I think is going to leave me hollow. I really want to manage my life with equity, with balance. Yeah, I want to go to work and I want to make a killing. I want to be industrious and innovative and ambitious, but then I want to leave work, manage my life, balance it out, spend time with my family, love them, make an impact, give back, do those kind of things. It's quality over life, not quantity. So take a lesson from the life of Barry Seal. Go see the movie, enjoy it. It's probably not a good family movie, but either way, I'm walking out of this movie and I'm going to be made better for it by not living like Barry Seal. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed my little synopsis. Go ahead and share this movie so that it can be hopefully edifying for other folks who are going to see it as well as they process through the fog of what is American made as well. Train hard, train smart, and make good decisions, guys. See ya.